Now let's see how to install the Windows service. Windows service can be installed in two ways, either directly as a script or as an app. But make sure you don't use virtual environment. That will cause errors related to your path. If you need to test your service within a virtual environment, then you need to add your virtual environment script and your side packages to the path. The other problem using a normal command prompt is you don't have enough privilege to install a service. So open a command prompt as administrator and move to the location of the Python file. Make sure py32 is installed in the system Python. If it's not installed, just install it using pip install py32. When ready, type python service.py or your file name and then install. This will install your Python service in the service manager. Initially, you can also see that it's installed in the services app. As we don't have a infinite loop, the process exits as soon as we start it. To know clearly that our process has started, let's open Notepad from the service. To open the Notepad, install psutil. We'll use this module in many places further on. So let's use its popen method instead of sub-processes. So import psutil and use popen to open notepad.exe. Go back to the command prompt and install it again. This installation will update the existing service. So debugging now opens the notepad. But still the service won't be in running state as it has no loop. This time debug opens a notepad. But let's try it using the service manager. As seen, the service manager throws an error. Let's see what the error is. As we have already defined an event logger, let's open the event viewer and see Windows application logs. The error says that the model psutil cannot be found. But the model psutil is installed. You can check it using pip freeze. So the method that we saw just now can be used to test or run the scripts without any external dependencies. To actually run the script as a service, it's better to convert it into an application or an executable. For that, we will use pyinstaller. So pip install pyinstaller and build the application using pyinstaller space your Python script. Again, to install this, you'll need to open the command prompt as administrator and move to your install location. By default, your distribution package will be located in the dist folder under your app name. So it's dist service and service.exe here. To avoid conflicts, let us uninstall the previous service. To install the service this way, just give the path to the service executable and type the keywords install. This is a usual problem with Win32. To solve it, you should include Win32 time zone in the hidden imports. And now rebuild using pyinstaller and service.spec or your file name.spec. Now try installing it again and the service has installed successfully. But if you debug it, you'll still have the notepad open. So now let's solve another problem. This problem is caused because we did not call the exact service. This is because the command line handler no longer works when it's run as a service. So let's check the number of arguments that system has provided. If it is equal to 1, then we'll initialize the service manager. We'll ask it to prepare to host the single service, which is our example service. And then ask it to start the service. Rebuild the app and install it again. Even though we got this error, I can see that the service is working. And it showed that message because, as I said, we don't have an infinite loop that will handle the service. So the service starts and just stops at the same time after opening the notepad. And why didn't the notepad open? It is because the service runs under a different environment, which is not the same case as in debug. Debug runs in the user environment, but the service runs in its own environment, which is completely separated from the user environment. To know how to open another program from a service and bypass this error, check the next video. But you can do your usual stuff that doesn't require you to open another program.